Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Governor Steve Bullock says some spending cuts must be made to balance the state budget, but the governor continued to make the case Monday that cuts don't have to be as deep if Republican state lawmakers are willing to consider some form of a tax increase. MTN's Mike Dennison has more.
Speaking to a group of mental health providers in Helena Monday, Governor Bullock said his administration needs to find $227 million somewhere to make the state budget balance. The Democratic governor can do it himself through spending cuts that he decides, or as he put it, get some help from the Republican-controlled legislature.
Legislators will work with me. There is a better way to do this. And that's both with certainly some cuts, any transfers we can find, and revenue increases. In order to do that, though, I need to have a willing dance partner.
Most GOP leaders have said they're not interested in raising any taxes and say the cuts should be made. But Bullock said he's still hoping to convince enough Republicans that certain tax increases are acceptable to help mitigate some of the harsher cuts to human services, corrections, and education. He noted that earlier this year, Republicans rejected his proposals to increase state income taxes on the wealthy and some corporations. But he threw out some other possibilities Monday, such as higher tobacco taxes, or lodging taxes and rental car taxes on tourists, or alcohol taxes. He also said those increases don't have to be permanent and could be seen as a short-term fix to pay off record-high firefighting costs this year.
I think that many of our legislators get that you shouldn't be funding fires by eliminating hospice. There are some legislators that are saying no permanent tax increases, but maybe temporary revenue increases to pay for that fire. Yeah.
That's a start.
Bullock would have to call a special session of the legislature to approve any tax changes. Later this week, a key legislative committee will meet in Helena to give its input on the possible cuts or other solutions. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And the state's budget shortfall is because of a lower than projected tax revenue this year and the huge firefighting costs. Coming up, see how Las Vegas area residents are giving back to victims of the weekend shooting. And later in sports, a Grizzlies' great hands helped him earn all of the Player of the Week awards. Derek will explain coming up on KAJ.